My dad has always been a huge inspiration for me. He's a big football fan. He was also a very good player in his day. So I've always been able to take his advice, and he's come and supported me through my entire footballing career. He's still very loud on the sidelines when I play for Worcester City Women at the weekends. So he's definitely someone whose opinion I really value, both in the football sense but also in my career, because he had a very successful career in the police. The fact my parents worked in law enforcement, I always had an interest in the law. I also found an interest in business. I studied business at GCSE and all the way through to my masters, and I feel like a career at a full practice law firm has kind of aligned those two interests, and that's why I'm here. My connection to Worcester is that I was born and raised here, so it means a lot for me to play for Worcester City Women. I know as a child my father had to do a lot of travelling to take me to West Bromwich Albion training sessions and then to Leicester and to Derby, which is obviously a big commute from Worcester. But that's because there weren't any local teams for me to play at a decent standard of football. Meeting Nicole and finding Worcester City Women means that girls like me have the option to go through the youth in Worcester City and also aspire to play for the women's first team as I do, and it gives them the opportunity to play at wonderful facilities like Six Ways and to pursue a career in football on their doorstep, which makes it easier for them to enjoy the sport. A typical day for me starts, I like to get to work a little bit early, go through my emails, get a coffee, pick up any task, make a to-do list, liaise with my supervisor and just make sure I plug through them and hopefully in time to make training in the evening. Both HCR and Worcester City Women have supported me in my career. Worcester City are very understanding if I have to be late to training or if I have something urgent come up at work, and likewise HCR are very understanding if I have to leave on time to attend a football training session or a match. Both of them are very reasonable and they appreciate that my career means a lot to me from the football side, and then vice versa, the football means a lot to me as well as my career.
It's a huge commitment to be juggling a football career, and she's clearly such a rising star and talent that it's important that we support her with that as well as in the workplace. We're also a key partner of the Worcester City Women's Football Club as an organisation, so the firm is right behind her as well in terms of its commitment behind the club.
I think my advice in managing both work and football would be you've got to be super organised. Obviously I do a lot of meal prep to ensure that I can turn up right and ready to football training at the end of the work day and be able to function well at work. But also I think it's important to be transparent about your commitments. So I'm very honest with my bosses. If I've got a match or I've got training to get to, I'll say, if you're going to give me a task, could you give it to me earlier in the day so I've got enough time? It's making sure that I have a very accurate to-do list of my daily tasks in the office, and it's also working for an employer that understands that I have commitments outside of work and people work with me to ensure that the job's done at the end of the day so that I can be released to go and play football.
I think the benefits of a dual career for any aspiring female footballer is the transferable skills that you get from playing football but also working in a business setting. So key skills that you learn from being involved in football, teamwork, communication, leadership, and of course the social aspects as well, is really important skills that you then can take into the world of work and particularly business.
She's very dedicated, very committed. Those skills I can see have come through football, and she's able to bring that into work.
So for example, I didn't do a law degree, so I took a non-traditional route. And it was the fact that I could draw on a lot of organisation, communication, leadership skills that I'd developed in football that allowed me to present myself as an attractive candidate in the training contract process, for example. There's lots of soft skills that I get from interacting with clients at work that I can then take into the commercial side of football when I liaise with sponsors to try and get them to support the football team. So there's lots of skills that are synonymous with each other, and that both of them make me a very well-rounded individual in both the workplace and at football.
Advice I'd give to Olivia, I don't know, I think maybe I should ask her for some advice. But I would say to her, keep going, keep going. You know, she's come so far already and she's just at the start of her professional career in law. If she's able to continue to juggle them as best as she can, there's no reason why she cannot continue the trajectory that she's already on and continue to be a great lawyer and also a great football player.